If you've been pulled over in Orlando, Florida, and you're being investigated for a driving under the influence or a DUI, what I tell my clients and what I tell potential clients is when they ask about the breathalyzer test, this actually comes up more so when I've had other clients, they just generally ask me, if I ever get pulled over and I'm dealing with a DUI or a DUI investigation, should I do the breathalyzer test? This is a big question that I get all the time from many different people. So the answer is do you have to take the breathalyzer test is not really the question. The question should be, should you take the breathalyzer test? I would advise that in the state of Florida, if you're being investigated for a DUI and you're presented with the breathalyzer test, that you should take the breathalyzer test, as it will cause you more harm by refusing to do it than it will by taking it. For example, if you refuse to take the breathalyzer test in Florida, there are its own sanctions. That's its own crime in Florida. What that will result in is two major things that will affect you and your case. First and foremost is it will automatically make you ineligible for any type of DUI diversion program. Now that is huge if you're talking about you being a first-time DUI defendant. This could be huge. Maybe the cases and the facts are stacked against you and you would have to take a plea, which is in your best interest, or you would have to take diversion, but unfortunately you would not be able to because of the refusal to take the breathalyzer test. So that is something in particular, if you're a first-time offender for DUI, that it is very critical to do the breathalyzer test and to deal with those consequences later. But that will allow you to engage in the DUI diversion program if you're otherwise qualifying for that program. Number two, if you refuse to do it, then your license becomes suspended automatically for a year. So these two negative consequences come directly from refusing to take the breathalyzer test. So if you do take the breathalyzer test, there are different ways that we can attack that. Once you refuse to take it though, that's said and done, you can't go back and take it. So if you do take it, the ways that we can attack it are we can take a look at the way that the test was done. There are certain requirements that the state of Florida mandates in terms of getting a test that is permissible in the courts of law. There's certain time limits, there's certain trainings that have to be done. All of those things we can attack if the test was done. Oftentimes we can find deficiencies in those that will help defeat or get around that test. But if the test is refused, unfortunately, we can't use anything like that to help you. And the prosecutors can actually use the fact that you didn't take the test against you as well. So I would always advise that if you're presented with a breathalyzer test, to go ahead and take that test, as in the end of the day, it will do more benefit than detriment to take that. So if you have any other questions about how a breathalyzer test may affect your DUI case, please contact the Victory Law Firm.